In this lesson, we shall look at the most important water parameters in fish farming. These things affect the water quality of your farm, and for that matter, make sure that you always have them right to have your water quality management right. The first has to do with pH, which stands for potential of hydrogen, but we often abbreviate it as pH. The pH, it mostly control the other parameters, so it is very important. That's why most test kits are only having the pH test, because when you know the pH test, most of the times you can be able to tell the other parameters. So the pH mostly is ranging from 6.5 to 8.5. Now, when you have something lesser than 6.5, it might be harmful to the fish. If you have something more than 9, then it can also be harmful. So a little lesser than the 6.5, let's say 6 and below, is very dangerous, or 9 and above is also very dangerous. So always make sure that your range of pH is between 6.5 to 8.5, and this is for most fish species, including our tilapia and catfish, which are our target in this lesson or in this course. Another important thing is DO, that is dissolved oxygen. Oxygen gives respiration to the fish. It is the dissolved oxygen in the water that makes the fish to breathe. So if you don't have adequate oxygen dissolved in the water, the fish will be suffocating, and that can lead to mortality. And the best dissolved oxygen should always be 5 milligram per liter and above. So if you have below that, your fish may suffocate. So dissolved oxygen is also very important, and you should always make sure you have it right. And what mostly determine or affect that is the overfeeding, high temperature, and those stuff that reduce dissolved oxygen. Now that brings us to the third one, that is temperature. Temperature is very crucial because it also controls the other parameters. So if the temperature is always higher, then it always reduce the dissolved oxygen and increase the pH. Or it is very lower, it also affect the metabolism of the fish, that also stress them and also affect the other parameters. So make sure you always have adequate temperature. And the temperature mostly is determined by excessive sunlight. So during excessive period, the sunlight period, you can provide covers if there need be. And also very low temperature is also very dangerous. So you can also provide heaters. Now, the right temperature or the good range should always be 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius for most fish species, including tilapia and catfish. So always make sure you have your temperature within that range. Now, the fifth one, which is also very toxic, is ammonia. And ammonia is accumulated through the feed and the feces of the fish and other organic matter or organic things that may dissolve or decompose in the pond. When you give them feed and they don't consume everything, the remaining one dissolves in the water, and that increases ammonia. They are defecating in the pond. So the feces, if they are not filtered or taken out, it also increases the ammonia. And ammonia can kill your fish within seconds. So the best should always be 0 milligram per liter. And to the range or the highest should be 0.25 milligram per liter. Above this is very dangerous. So when you test your ammonia is above this 0.25, make sure you do something about it. And like I say, it is highly increased by feed. So try to avoid overfeeding and also do partial change sometimes to have the right balance. There are other parameters, but these are the most crucial ones and determine the quality of your water. So get this right and we are good to go. Now, our next lesson, we shall talk about how to measure these parameters. And in subsequent lessons, we shall look at how to control these parameters. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next lesson. Bye. My name is Abdulaziz. Once again.